morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday of San Diego Comic-Con. We are waiting for the Uber to get to our Airbnb.
Uber.
Today is Power Blazer Day. Not necessarily because it's hot, just because I wanted to look really professional.
It's not hot, it's actually really nice out.
It's very nice. It's beautiful and it's sunny, and the sun wasn't out earlier, but now it's out.
We arrived at Friday of San Diego Comic-Con with a specific goal in mind. Get to the IDW booth so we could get our wristbands for the Wynonna Earp signing that would be happening later in the day. We had to wade through the insane crowds of people. I held on to Samantha's backpack the entire time so I wouldn't get lost. Once we had finally gotten our wristbands, which were a lovely shade of green, we decided to wander around the show floor for a little while. It was one of those days where it was so crowded that you had to hold onto the person in front of you in order to not get separated from them. We went to Artist Alley first and walked around there a tiny bit. There we saw some amazing art from Marvel, Supernatural, and Star Wars. After we had wandered around a little bit, Samantha really wanted to go to the Steven Universe panel, so we headed upstairs to where the panel rooms were to drop her off. The panel was in Ballroom 20 and there was a huge line of people to get in, so we spent a while trying to find the end of the line so she could actually get in it.
So Samantha has decided to try and wait in this giant line to get into the Steven Universe panel. I don't watch that show, so Dad and I are going to look for food.
Food was a #1 priority, especially for my dad, so we decided to go and get some sandwiches, and then we ate them upstairs outside. It was really pretty. The San Diego Convention Center is absolutely beautiful. After we ate, we wanted to check out the official Comic-Con merchandise, which was being held in one of the hotels. We ran into a Good Omens cosplay photo shoot on our way out, and a jousting match, which was very interesting. Our walk over to the hotel took about 10 minutes, but it was by the water, so it was really pretty.
See everyone with the tents and stuff? That's the next day Hall H line over there.
We followed directions from a Comic-Con employee and made our way to the giant ballroom where all the merchandise was being held. Once we got there, we realized that everything was almost entirely sold out. It turns out that you have to pre-order Comic-Con official merchandise online before the show begins. I had no idea that this was a thing, so we didn't end up getting any merch from Comic-Con. But after our disappointing adventure, we went back on the show floor and found lots of Spider-Man things, so Dad was really happy, of course. We even got to see some costumes from the newest Spider-Man movie. Dad also wanted to stop at the Alex Ross booth, which is one of his favorite artists that we get to see at Comic-Cons. His booth is always very elaborate. Then we met back up with Illy for a signing with Robbie Thompson and Rainbow Rowell.
Illy, what'd you do?
Are we doing a haul?
We can do a haul. Do you want to do a haul?
Sure. So I went to this guy who is Joe Bot. So this is from Saved by the Bell, and it's the best episode ever if you haven't seen it. And this is a Buffy Golden Book version. And then this is Back to the Future. And these are like book sized, and this one is record sized. And then I bought this from Sean Anderson.
Duckies.
Duckies and a dinosaur.
Aww.
And Flash, Doctor Who, Never-Ending Story mashup art.
Wow.
I'm living. And they gave me a bag, which was totally worth the purchase in and of itself.
It is a book that Illy made very quickly.
I have such skills.
You do.
Such skills.
The biggest skills.
But wait, there's more. I made 2.
You did.
Look at this. Look at this. Epic.
Illy made the things because we're getting something signed by Robbie Thompson and Rainbow Rowell.
And they didn't bring stuff, so this is our stuff.
It's very minimalist, it's very creative at the same time.
We're gonna ask them to draw stick figures on our comic books.
A few moments later.
Look at our beautiful comic book.
Oh wait, I have to get mine out. Jared, if you're watching this, Robbie drew you for your birthday. So this is Jared.
That's Jared.
The long flowing
biceps.
locks.
Yes, I had to remind him to draw the hair.
Yes.
I did.
It was wonderful.
And then this is Jensen. Very muscular.
After the signing with Robbie and Rainbow was over, we decided to walk around a little bit more. We walked past the Warner Brothers booth while the Veronica Mars signing was happening, but I didn't see Kristen Bell, so I don't think she was signing. The Warner Brothers booth also had a really cute Central Perk photo op. It had a really long line, so we didn't do it, but it was adorable. We passed the Think Geek booth, which had a lot of monkeys, and we had to make a stop at the Super Emo Friends booth, which is one of my favorites. I have a couple designs from them and love them, before heading over to Felicia Day's book signing.
We're in line for Felicia Day's book signing. They're handing out 100 arcs and she's signing all of them.
Oh, it's only 100.
It's only 100.
That was a really flattering angle. Are we less than 100? I think.
Yeah. We're less than 100. Yeah, the front of the line is right there.
Oh, that's true.
We waited by the booth for like half an hour and then it was really disorganized and they kind of just shoved us all over here and we almost died. For a while I was sitting here next to this beautiful trash can. I felt like Forky from Toy Story 4.
If you feel like Forky, then you should actually go in the trash.
I am not that hardcore.
We waited in line for a while and then they guided us over to the booth where she was signing the books. I could have filmed more, but I always feel awkward meeting celebrities holding my camera, so I just kind of put it down. Look, we got the book! And we met Felicia!
I'm so happy.
Woohoo!
It's my first time meeting Felicia.
She's awesome, isn't she?
She is really awesome, yeah.
She signed our names.
Autograph of Felicia.
Also, if you read this, leave an Amazon review.
I got to tell Felicia that I loved her last book and was looking forward to this one, and she was so sweet about it. When that signing was over, it was time for our next one, the Wynonna Earp signing at the IDW booth. The line was really long, and it took a while for us to get up front, but when we finally did, it was an absolutely amazing experience. The cast is so sweet, and they remind me a lot of the Supernatural cast in their dynamic with the fans. The best part, though, was when Melanie realized that my dad had not seen the show yet.
He hasn't watched our show yet.
I'm getting ready to.
You're getting ready to.
I am, because
Watch it.
I'm getting ready to, I swear.
You're getting like death stares right now.
It's so
Do
great.
you know I was on Supernatural?
No.
Exactly. Neither did
I didn't know either.
Really? And she's an expert.
I am an expert on
Exactly. I
Supernatural.
was very like pale and dead.
Check out our Wynonna Earp posters.
Signed, and all bandanas are signed.
Oh,
too.
yep, we got bandanas.
Signed.
That was amazing.
Alright, so can you remember which one was yours?
This is, yeah.
Yours is signed under there.
We just finished the Wynonna Earp signing. I'll tell more stories when we get upstairs, but we have to go. I have a press room, but we have to go find it, and then I'll probably be able to tell the stories. But that was awesome. That was so much fun.
Let me just say, we have a lot of great stories, and the cast is amazing.
So it's Wynonna Earp signing story time with Samantha
Hello.
and Bill King. So we got to meet Bo and Emily first. And Emily was very nice. Samantha was first, so
I was first, so I went up and she asked like, have I been? I said, well, this is my first Wynonna Earp Comic-Con. I've been to Comic-Con before, but I never got the chance to actually meet the cast. First time meeting the cast.
we were just chatting about like life in general and like where I live and where I'm from and just like casual things. And then he mentions that I have a YouTube channel because he's my hype man.
Yes.
Hype man.
I'm her manager
And I'm always too nervous to say I have a YouTube, you know. I don't want to be like that person. So he says it. She's like, well, you have a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, can I be on your YouTube channel?
Melanie is the one who has all the stories.
Yeah, Melanie was something else.
Yeah, you don't want to know what Melanie called me. It was not good.
So
Let's just say it started with an M and it ended with an F.
no, so I was the first one to get up to Melanie, right? And so I basically talked to her. She was very sweet, and I said, yeah, I really love the show. I feel like it's like the female version of Supernatural with Western. And she said, you know I was on Supernatural, right? I'm like,
And we're both like, what the fuck?
what? And I was like, yeah, I was on Supernatural. Like, when? She's like, she was on season 2, episode 20. So if you want to find her, she's on season 2, episode 20. And I was like, really? And then all of a sudden I was like this to Alana. Like, Alana, she was on Supernatural.
And I was like, wait, what?
And then somehow we got off topic, and Alana's dad, Spidey here, came in, it was on Fran. I was like, oh yeah, people were really excited. Actually, him, the guy in the hat, has never seen your show. She glared at you too, for like
Yeah,
a
she
long
did.
time.
I mean, the look she gave me was not good.
I was actually afraid.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
she was on What Is and What Should Never Be. That's the Jin episode.
Are you looking at me for
Oh,
confirmation?
I know who she is.
Who is she?
Dean kept seeing her, and so he was like, he was in the dream, and
Yeah.
oh my god, if I had looked at the episode title, I would have known exactly who she played. That's exactly who I didn't even realize. I just rewatched that episode like 2 months ago, and I didn't even realize that was her.
So now we know. She said it was literally one of the first acting jobs that she did. And I said it's very cool that your first acting job was on Supernatural, and now you're on a TV show that's like the female version of Supernatural.
And she said that Supernatural is where she learned to be a lead, because Jared and Jensen are such good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does look pretty dead.
She looks pretty dead.
Rip.
Pretty pale and dead.
Say, I'm going to start watching that series now.
Yeah, you
I mean,
better.
you kind of have to.
I know, I do.
Melanie kind of just threaten you
Yeah,
and if you
'cause-
not watch it.
Because I have a feeling that she could, like through maybe supernatural things, come after me.
Then it was time for my first press room ever. It was a press room for the SDCC panel. It was about representation, inclusion, and accessibility, and it was such an interesting conversation. Rachel Miner and Shoshana Stern from Supernatural were in the press room, as well as some amazing people from the Supernatural fandom that I am proud to call friends. I also got to meet some other amazing people. After the press room was over, we were so hungry, so we decided to go outside of the convention center to try and find some food. There is definitely a nightlife to San Diego Comic-Con. There were so many parties, the bars were all packed. It was really cool though because a lot of people were still in cosplay. You could tell that pretty much everyone was there for Comic-Con. We came across some amazing cosplayers on motorcycles. There was a sci-fi bus that was doing karaoke. There was a Groot cosplayer who was covered in twinkly lights.
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
I just wanted to keep walking down the street because it was so cool to see all of the people. Eventually though, we settled on an Italian restaurant to eat dinner in. I got some spaghetti and meatballs. It was really good, especially because I was so hungry because we hadn't eaten in like 12 hours. We also had a drink because at the end of a long Comic-Con day, sometimes you just need vodka.
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
After we ate dinner, we were thinking about walking around a little bit more, but we were so tired that we just ended up going back to the Airbnb.
We're back at the Airbnb.
Airbnb.
We are back at the Airbnb.
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 Look at our fancy canopy. Yes,
I like
interior design.
You like the curtain on a wall that's attached to just a wall?
Yeah, it would be much nicer if it was over those blinds.
Right? But no, we just have this giant ass curtain that's just attached to a wall.
I love interior design.
End the vlog. Just say bye and end the vlog.
This is such a nice bed. I don't want to get up.
Just say goodbye. Oh my god. Goodbye, people. I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this Friday day San Diego. Good night.